Hey, Mook Washington, MTC Media with the Postgame. Georgetown wins 69-57. It was at times an ugly game. Uh, Fairfield, after struggling shooting the ball against Rhode Island, shot 38.7% in that first half. But more importantly, they were 7 for 14 from the three-point line in the first half. This is after shooting 4 for 29 in their first game against Rhode Island. So there was some adjustments that had to be made. Georgetown did hold them to 27.6% shooting in the second half, 12.5% from three in the second half. Now, to be honest with you, and I want to straighten this up a bit, to be honest with you, playing against Fairfield does have its challenges in the sense that they take so many, to be nice, unconventional shots that sometimes you're a little bit surprised, and sometimes it's a rebound from a squirrely angle that you're not used to dealing with. So I understand to a certain point where Georgetown might have given up more than what they wanted to give up in that first half. And so from this game, our takeaways start with Georgetown's unforced turnovers. I did ask Cooley about it. I know he's saying second game of the season, you're building for something bigger as the season goes on. So in essence, don't overblow what happens in game two. But when you're starting backcourt, which has experience, combined for, 9 turnovers, Mac had 5, Epps had 4. And most of those turnovers are unforced, which they were. They were driving into places. They were leaving their feet to pass. They were doing all of those things. So I think that is a concern because you don't expect that out of veteran players. I can understand, again, with Fairfield, playing in unconventional ways. Sometimes it seems like they're a little bit out of control, reaching and grabbing and carrying on. That I do understand. It's the unforced ones. It's your veterans having 9 out of 18 turnovers and you only have 15 assists. Those are the things that are concerning, right? So I don't think that's unfair to ask that question, and I do think it's Cooley's answer is fair, which is it's game 2, not game 22. So don't expect for game 2 to look like game 22. And that was kind of the message. He didn't say it in that way, but that was kind of the message. And that certainly was fair too. Number 2 takeaway was after Rhode Island went to the free throw line so much against Fairfield, again, because they clutch, they grab, they're frequently out of possession. They're just not a good defensive team. Georgetown only had 12 free throw attempts. Now, part of this goes back again to Cooley's press conference when he admitted a lot of the turnovers they got were on fast breaks where they just threw the ball away. And you figure that if you're on fast breaks and you're going down at advantage, if you take care of the ball, you'll get to free throw line, whether it's and one or 9-and-1. You certainly will get to the free throw line more. And, maybe that contributes to why that number was so low. But against a team like Fairfield, you have to have more than 12 free throw attempts. That's just not, I guess, expected against a team like that. Last but not least, it's the efficiency of Thomas Sorber. And yes, we all know how good he was built up to be. And fairly, he has, in his first 2 games as a Hoya, as a freshman or first-year player, whatever term you like to use, he has back-to-back 20-point games. Today, he was just so efficient with his 20 points. 11 for 16 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. So he finished with 25 points, 9 rebounds. 3 of the 9 rebounds were offensive. And just whenever they throw the ball into him, he has the knack to make the right decision. Whether that is passing the ball, whether that's being patient, getting to his move. One time he squared to the basket and took a short jump shot. You can see that this guy has learned so much. And it's the importance of high school coaches and AAU coaches and, or summer basketball coaches, which is the term I like to use, that gets underrated. When you get with a good one, and they come to college with that foundation, and now the college coach is building upon the foundation, you got yourself a good one. The problem becomes is when they come in there with no foundation. And Sorber, if you've seen my interviews with him before, especially in the last one on Media Day, he gave praise to his school because he said, look, they made us watch film. We watched a lot of film. So when I got to college, that was not something that was new to me. It wasn't foreign to me. Those are things I think that sometimes people don't understand, that some of these kids are coming ill-equipped with those things, which is why it's important, which is why in Northern Virginia, you see so many parents of kids who, have stars beside their name or their friends, D1, D2 kids to fight. Why do you think they seek out the programs that they seek out for their kid to go to? Because they understand, as great as this area is for high school to college basketball, those guys are also competing against an international wave that continuously comes here to play American college basketball. Those things are so important. And for Sorber to have that coming to Georgetown, you see the fruits of it because he looks prepared early. And not prepared meaning a finished product. Prepared meaning he has a great foundation for Cooley and the Georgetown program to build upon. So once again, Georgetown over Fairfield 69-57. It's Mook Washington, MTC Media.